My name is Kiyoshi Shin. I'm a CEO of the VR game company Yomoneko, Tokyo-based VR game company.
So you folks have come here to GDC. You're showing off Swords of Gargantua, this VR game. One thing I think is really interesting about it is this hand presence. Talk about how when you're dealing with melee weapons hitting each other, that you're able to make it not break immersion, because I think that's something you folks have done very well with two melee weapons colliding.
Yeah, of course, the collision system is most important. Yeah, imagine because so the easily to broken, it's broken if the collision failed, so it cut its. All recently games before the Gargantua, almost all games is not easy to pass away. So then we are to focus on making the collision system, and also not only single player is sometimes exists, but we are focusing on developing the multiplayer. It's I think that technically it's not easy to develop. This is fast games, sword games, multiplayer. So this is collision-based game in VR.
And I think one of the really big things that stood out is the size of the characters and the environments that you've created. Talk about using Unreal Engine 4 to create these massive enemies, these giants among giants.
Yeah, of course. First, from the concept of we are also developed the giant fight. Of course, we are inspired from the Ico or Sword of Colossus or something of the Japanese style games. So we want to making fighting with the big bosses. So of course, in the VR, the many difference of the traditional games, big size bosses, big size. So we are making what is VR, what is VR emotional things. So one important point is the big bosses.
From the single player standpoint, what can people expect? How many different enemies are going to be on screen at once? I think that was a thought that came across.
Yeah.
Different characters on screen.
Enemies also the 16 enemies. Of course all enemies different attacking style. One is sword fighter, or some enemy jumping attacked. One tank size is the big guy. He have the strong big axe. So player need to change the fighting style for each enemies. So in the single player mode, player focus on the making the fighting styles. Single player level is 100 we prepares. Yeah. So unlock, and also weapon is we prepared 30. Of course, player need to play deeply the sword fighting in VR.
And so when does the game come out, and which platforms is it going to be available on?
We are preparing the Oculus Rift and also the HTC Vive and Windows Mixed Reality, and also now translating to the Oculus Quest.
Awesome. So this will be available on a standalone HMD.
Right. We already are translating, so very well. Experience very well, good. So we will release within the several months. Mm-hmm.